welcome back to my channel and to Throwback Thursday. So today is just giving you another week to get caught up on all the amazing challenges that the team has created for the month of May. And we're winding down. This is the last week, and I thought I would do some catch up and a few different things. So today we're going to turn these into stickers. We're going to create something with this. This is the throwback from, I believe, Terry's group. And I believe this was week 1 to work with these little houses. And I want to work with them because I thought they were cute. And also we're going to do, this is also, I think, week 1 as well for Line Dot Arrow. I think this was the anniversary. The anniversary, 4-year anniversary, first week challenge. And if you watched my live with Rockin' Robin, this was what I made. And I had some failed attempts because I was trying to do an image transfer, but it doesn't work with my printer. It works with newsprint, magazines, whatnot, but not my printer. So that put me into a challenge mode, and I decided I need to figure out how to do this. So I did some that I figured it out to a certain degree, and we're going to have some fun with that today too. And this is one. I like this one. And then this one here, I thought I would show you. Well, he's really bad, but I thought I would show you that this is the same photo. So, are we ready to have some fun? Let's have some fun. I'm going to start with, what should we start with? Let's start with the stickers because that gets a lot of my stuff out of my way here. And it's very simple to do. I don't want to get this all confused. So, the way that I did these is, the reason why I thought of doing it this way is because these are ones from Natalie's that I have cut out and didn't use because they were very small and I couldn't find them when I needed them, and I forgot that I had them, to be honest. So with this technique, you can also take and age them after if you want to, or leave them plain. So this is very, very simple, and I wish I would have thought of this myself. I didn't. I watched the video on it. Well, there's many videos on how to do different techniques and playing with this, but this one I caught on to, and I like this one. So I have, this is just parchment paper. I'm going to bring it up here. Just parchment paper. I tried wax paper. It works. It adheres very, very well. The downside is it adheres very, very well and you can't get it apart. So, kind of defeats the purpose. So this is just packing tape with a dog hair in there. There we go. I don't want the dog hair in there. Okay, so then I just take, and I think we have enough to do too, so I'm just going to push that down well, and we'll get this one done. I'll make a second row. Oops. A second row. And I don't want to lose my end. And because of the mat that I have, I can just stick it right there. Okay. I just want to make sure it's in there good and firm. No air bubbles. And we're not going to turn all these. We'll fit every one that we can in there. And we just keep on laying them down, giving yourself enough room that you can cut them in between there. Larger ones I'll just place this way. Put the birds in there. Like especially these guys. And these guys you can do As long as you can leave enough room in there, that's all you need to do. And we'll put this in here. Let's do a second row because we have a second row ready to go. So small. I love these, but I keep forgetting about them. And this way you can keep them in your, look at this tiny one. You can keep them in a strip, and then you don't, I'm going to take the flowers out of here. Let's just get these guys in here. Why I made sure that was the right way up is beyond me because it doesn't matter, but I did it. I don't think that one's very big. We won't turn that one into a sticker. And we have some small ones here. Do the smaller ones because they are the ones that are trickier to keep track of. And we'll put this one in there. So we don't have room for these ones. That's, oh wait, we do, maybe we do have room for this one. Let's do this. Seems a little longer. And then, no, let's not do that. We'll just leave it as is. So these ones here, we're just, oh, look at this little guy. This is one that needs to get done, that's for certain. Okay. Once I'm done shuffling, I'll put them like that. There. Okay, so then you just take and line it up the best you can. And you can kind of see where your line is and smoosh it down. If you're not, as long as everything has got a good amount of tape around it, it's all right. It doesn't have to be perfectly lined up. Oh, what did I do? Look at what I did. That's not supposed to happen. That's not supposed to happen. You probably saw that and went, she's wondering how long it's going to take her to notice that. It should be this. And that. And, okay, this and this. There we go. Was it something like that? It doesn't matter. Okay, we have fair enough space everywhere. We're just going to do the same thing again. Line it up the best you can. For me, it's a little hard to see with the glare of the light. And if you get a wrinkle in it, it's okay, because that just adds a little extra layer of love. And cut your tape off. Careful not to lose your tape. I was going to set a timer. You know, I am going to invest in a little timer that's going to sit on my desk. That's what I'm going to do. So it's always in front of my face. Okay, so just take something. I'm just going to take my handle of my scissors. And you just want to make sure that all around the edges you are good and snug. You can create your own little sticker book. I'm not going to do that. But But I am going to keep them in like a little file folder or something. I don't know. I don't know yet how I'm going to store these. But I find since I started doing this, I've been using them up more. So then you just take and trim to where your tape is. Of course, if you don't have as many to do as what I did, you can use smaller pieces. Stuck to my glue bottle. There we go. Okay, so there's one strip. That was not quite stuck there. And I can see that I have a little bit of tape there, so we want to trim that off, make sure everything is under the parchment paper, or over top, covered. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Yesterday was a very historical day in Canada. I took most of the day off because King Charles was here, well, in Ottawa, doing the opening speech for Parliament to open up. And I thought I probably will never witness that again. So I decided I was going to take the time and watch it. And it was really nice. I quite enjoyed it. But they call him King Charles III, and I know he's not the third because my dog Charlie is king, and he is King Charles III. No one else is buying that either. But it's true. He's my king. He waited so long. As a puppy, he had 2 female dogs that taught him a lot. But they were boss. And it took a lot of years before he was given the throne. So then what I just did was I just cut these down to a size that was a little more doable for me to store. And we'll do it right about here. So there we have it. And then if you want to age them, let's age these ones. I just used my alcohol ink, and I have this sheet that I keep doing stuff with. And so I'll put it in here. And this ink, for some reason, comes out really quickly, and I don't know how to fix it. I have a big blob. There it is. And then let's do that. And then I just take this piece of paper. Well, actually, I think it's another piece of... Oh, no, this is a little bit of vellum that I had. And I just do this. And then that just gives a nice age. And as you cut them out, they're going to be aged. So, there's our first trick of the day. Let's see, we have a little more in here. Let's do that. Oh, I wonder what that was. Okay. I have the window open. So, we got those ones out of the way. Let's leave our photos for the last. I want to do this guy here. And I think what I want to do, I had great expectations that I was going to take and cut these out. But I think that might be a little a little ambitious, maybe? I think it would be, I think it would look really nice, because I thought that what I would do, let's just do it. We're going to make this into a tuck. I'm going to see how bad this is. Maybe if I just did not each individual squares, just made it. Because that's going to be really tedious, isn't it? And do I have that much patience? No, I don't think so. Just a minute. Let's see. Let's see what it's going to look like first before I make any big major decisions. I guess that wasn't horrible. And if I take my, this is what I want to put in behind there. Of course, that's not going to, you know, I don't know. Because it's not very straight. Let's try one more. Otherwise, I'm just going to, did you hear the birds? Oh, I love the birds. I love it when there's a bush out just outside my window here. And they come and they sing in there. They sit there and they sing. And then I get to listen to the birds. But if I do this, it's going to eat up my whole hour, isn't it? But it'll be worth it. Yeah, I think so. Maybe. It's not supposed to be a perfect window because it's a little fairy house. It should be a little crooked. And they say fairy houses I built, that's what they look like, crooked. If I had a little square punch, that would work really well in here. Yeah, I can see this being. Oops, I think I just boogered it up. You know what? There we go. Decision made. Decision made. It'll look good too. It'll look good too. I tell you, May is just flying by. It's hard to believe. I think it's true. The older you get, the faster time flies. And my garden is starting to come up now. I've seen bees in there, getting nutrition from my flowers. I haven't seen any hummingbirds yet. I gotta get my hummingbird feeder up. And my husband this year has gotten into gardening. So that's pretty awesome. Something we can do together. He's getting ready to retire in a year. He's going to join me in retirement. I'm a pro at it now. I've been retired for quite a few years. I was not successful on my first attempt at retirement. I got bored and went back to work. About this time, we moved out of the city and it was all good. I like living in a rural area. We have, you know, the things around us that we need. The city isn't far, far away. And I'm going to cut this one out too, because it's there and it looks like it needs to be cut out, doesn't it? And I have just the perfect little thing for that. I went through and I couldn't even tell you those stickers that we made. I don't even know if they're all from the same thing or not. I keep an envelope, well, a plastic envelope. Big, huge thing that's filled with stuff from Natalie that I haven't used yet. I've printed and I've fussy cut it and I just haven't used it. So it's my 2025 year. I want to use up my stash as much as I can. And speaking of, you know, I'm like a kid in a candy store, or like a squirrel. I see something, ooh, ooh. And so I get these projects that are unfinished, but I found, as I was looking through the big envelope that I had for Natalie, I discovered this. And it started. I haven't stitched it together. I haven't done anything with it. So I'm going to finish that up. I'm going to finish that up too. Not today. Not with you. I'll do it off screen, but I'm not a good cutting around circles person. I know there is probably an easier way out there. I have to get a new mat for my scan and cut. My things aren't sticking. My sheets don't stick that well anymore. And I haven't figured out a way to make them sticky again. So I'm just going to start new and go from there. But I would imagine you probably figure out a way to cut these out. Okay, and because we're here, we're going to do that too, but I think that if I punched it, it would give me a good starting point, wouldn't it? Or if I put, oh yeah, I could have done that. Too late now. Well, maybe it's not. We're going to leave that like that. We're going to leave that because we're going to put an eyelet in there. That's what we're going to do with that. Just when I said punch it, I thought, oh, an eyelet would fit in there perfectly. And let's see, eyelet. Let's put a pink one in. Pink, yeah. Okay, a pink. I think a pink. Let's make sure that it's going to cover everything. Yes. Okay. And I'm not going to put a wash. I'll put a wash in it. God, you might as well do it, right? Right. Okay. There we go. Uh-oh. What's going on? Why are you stuck in there? Don't be stuck in there. There we go. Okay. Woo. I was close. I got scared there for a moment. And then I do it again, and it does it again. Seriously. What is going down with that? Oh. Okay, I have a little issue here because I wasn't satisfied. I had to do it again, and the same thing happened again. There we go. Don't know what that was happening, why that was doing that. Maybe because my paper is too thin. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, we can get this mat out of here now. Okay, so this I thought would look cute right in there. Looks like there's a, you know, but I think we're going to ink this up. Oh, I was going to cut the door open too. Oh boy. Well, we're going to do it anyways because that's what I planned. Because I have it all planned in my little head. Let's get that back here quickly. And we're just going to, I just want to cut it along the top here. Just going to make the doors open. There we go. And on the bottom. I think I need to break this blade off. Get a new piece in there. And we're going to do this straight. That's not straight. Let's not do that. Okay, just, you can do this, so. Slow and easy. There we go. There we go. Okay. Don't leave that up so far. And there we go. And just take and do. We're going to line this because I don't want stuff that there we go. Okay. There we go. Okay, so now I want to take my glue and we're going to just go around here. Let's go around here. And you know, I did do that out of, it doesn't matter, but I could have waited to put that eyelet in. But no, no, not Sophie. No, no. Okay, let's see how that, whoop, we move that down there. Oh, there we go. And then we're going to do this in this one here too. Hopefully our little birds are big enough to fit in here. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Now I need to find a piece of paper. I think I'll use this. Maybe this piece here. No, this one's more ratty-tatty. Let's use this one because the only thing we're going to see on here is this little bit. And so we'll use up the ratty-tatties. There we go. Yeah, do it this way. Alrighty, and a pencil. Oops. Oops. Back in there. My little paint markers are saying they want to come and join the fun. Okay. I'm not going to cut around that top. And I'm just putting this on because I don't want our pieces that we glued into the windows to catch on anything. So this is not going to be seen. The only part that's going to be seen is a little bit around for the door. Okay, and so I'm going to take and put glue all around here, not around here because we didn't go up that far. We're not going to glue the doors in. We don't want to do that. We just want to do this. And this is going to be our, no, yes. Okay. Let's put this like so. And line it up the best we can. And we can always trim. Because the paper is kind of crinkly, I'll just make sure that my glue is all where we want it to be. All right. And now I can see that I need to trim. Over here. So have we kept you very busy for the month of May? Oh, that was a lot of challenges. A lot of challenges. It's so much fun. And I'm so far behind, but we still have the week to get caught up. And that's what I'm going to do. To the best of my ability, anyways. Okay, so I'm going to call that done. We can get rid of this now. Okay, now this little butterfly is what I thought we could have right in here. And I see that I didn't do anything on my doors. So I'm just going to ink them up and call it done. There's a butterfly there. If I had some little words, I would put some words on there, but I don't have any words handy. Okay, let's set this, and then let's see if I got enough ink on here to just get rid of this white. Yeah, we don't like white. Isn't that something? We should probably ink these doors too. Give them a little bit of, yeah, we should maybe put in some little knobs or something on there, shouldn't we? Well, we'll see how that goes. Okay. And then we're going to take, I chose this one because it has a vine. So it looks like it's out in the forest. And we are just going to take and do around, let me see, around from here around to there. just a thin line. Okay, and put it right like so. And now I didn't make anything to tuck in behind that, but, and I should have put a string in that. Do I have something sitting right here? Well, would you look at that? I do. You gotta love the desk of a crafter, eh? Oh, but you know, I also have this black. That black might look a little better. Okay? That black might look a little better. Let's try that. Let's try that. I don't know why I'm whispering again. I tend to do that. If I don't have that sitting on its side, it'll be dripping all over the place or something goofy. Okay. And I think what I'm going to do with this is I'm just going to glue it right into the book. Oh, see, now if I would have had, oh, that would look pretty too. Well, you know what? Let's try it. I was going to say, if I would have had string on here, I could have tied a bow, but I'm going to try tying a bow with this. If I can get my little knot undone. There we go. Make my ribbon more centered. There we go. This was seam binding, and I cut it in half because I wanted, if you've seen my little video and when I made a corset, that's where I used this stuff. But it likes to fray when you cut it in half. It doesn't like it. Where'd my bow go? Where'd my bow go? Okay, let's get that like so. Get under there. Come on, come on through. I grab a string. There we go. There we go. That's a cute little bow. It doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be fancy. It just has to be a cute little bow. Okay. There. All right. So let me grab my Thankful Thursday, my Throwback Thursday book, and let's find a place to attach this. I think I like it on that page right there. It makes things pop. And I am going to just glue around here, here, and here, and make a little pocket on it. I don't have anything in there yet, but we still have weeks of challenges that I have not done yet. So I'm sure that I will be able to get something in there. But that's what I'm going to do for now. There we go. And this is a journal, if you hadn't seen, this is a journal that I made in the my first Bind It video with my collaboration with Suzanne from Nonstop Papercrafts. So that's how I did that. If you want to see, you can look back in the videos there. I would love to link it. I don't know how. Okay, so we have played with stickers and we have played with that. Now let's play with pictures. Let's play with the pictures. So how did I do all these? Where'd my photos go? Underneath my little book I found. Yes. Okay. So these guys here, of course this guy, I really do like how this one turned out. And I'm going to show you how I did that. And this one here, I'm just going to use it as a tuck. So I will put that here, and this is what we're going to play with, that we're going to make this. So one of the things that I like to do on these. And I didn't do it here, but I did do it here. And I like this better. They're both great, but I prefer this one. So this is what I'm going to do on this. And I just took my punch here and just made my circles. And I might have to take that. Let's see who's calling.
Call from Darcy.
Okay, be right back. All right, I'm back. My neighbor. Remember when I said, "Ooh, what was that?" She was concerned about that because it did sound like a gunshot, but it was just one, and I haven't heard any sirens, and I don't hear any screaming for help, so I'm going to assume that it was something in the field, that somebody was shooting off a gun to scare away something. I don't know. Okay, so it's tedious, but I think it's well worth the mess that it makes. And as you can see, I've done it a few times. And if I would have been thinking, I should have backed it first, but whatever. We're just going to go with the flow. Because what I might do with this one is something a little different. I have options. I found all these things in my stash. There goes the puppies outside. It's a gorgeous day here. We're supposed to get up to 29 degrees Celsius. And there's no wind. We have had such high winds for the last, I don't know, 4 or 5 days. It's like, are things going to stay planted? Tomato plants took a beating. But they got a really lovely water last night. And I looked at them this morning, and they're like all perked up and raring to go. I have planted a lot of tomato plants. So I'm going to be very busy once they start producing and ripening, because I want to freeze and I want to do some canning. And we make our own sauces and whatnot, and it's nice to use our own tomatoes. And of course I make salsa, and then I have to give salsa away. I hope this is the year for cucumbers. Our cucumbers were terrible last year. Didn't get to enjoy many of those. Okay. Now I've made a mess. And I'm okay with that. And we're just going to get rid of some of these dots. Oh, that would be the little door. Oh, would it? Could that be a little doorknob on that little house? Oh, another one that's. Should I? Why not? Doesn't that look like a little doorknob? Oh, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. You're gonna see Crazy Sophie in the process. Let's see. Where did I put it? I put it on a yellow one. There it is. I think I might have to get the tweezers out for this. And if I could find them, it'd be perfect. Did I just have them? No. Okay, well, here goes. I'm still looking for my tweezers. Oh, I just found them. Okay. Alrighty. A little dab of glue will do. Doesn't have to be much. Not holding down Fort Knox. Oh, and then you just dropped it. Okay, I'm not sure. I'm not certain that I'm in screen here. But who would have thunk it? Okay, let's do this one. And I can move this and get over here and come closer in for you, just in case you're not seeing what I'm seeing. Put the glue in there. I'm going to lose this one too, I know it. Just like I just did. Is it you? Yeah, that's you. Okay. I'm not really good at using my left hand for anything productive. Oh, okay. So let's get that out of here. And I'm going to leave them just like that. There we go. We got our two little doorknobs. At least not whatnot. Okay, back to the matters at hand. Okay, what did I do with it? Okay, so then I just take my my black marker. Where did it go? Oh, okay. No, I had it here because I was using it. And I thought I put it in here, but I don't see it in here. Okay. I did put the camera back on. Yes, I did. Oh, here it is, right here. Okay. So then I just take and go over here to hide the whites, just in case there's any white. And the black is kind of sort of the perfect color. It kind of blends in. You don't really notice it at all. And I'm going to get rid of these two. I can leave those on the bottom. Anybody been watching the hockey games? I am, of course, Canadian, so I am cheering for the Oilers to win because it's been a long time since Canada got the Stanley Cup. And I would love to see it home for a little while. My team that I cheer for are the Vancouver Canucks, and well, they didn't even make the playoffs this year. But I still cheer for them every year. Okay, so we have that done. I can see a few are off, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. All right, so then, how did I achieve this? Okay, so I have what did I do with them? I had a bunch of photos here. I thought that I had them. I don't have them. Well, I do, but they just need to get out. And I thought that I had done this ahead of time, but I didn't. So I'm just going to, it's the 4-year anniversary, week 1 freebies. So I'm just going to pick a few out of here that I would like. We need her. And I think that means we need him. And then I think we can use, I can use maybe her. Let's use her. Yeah. Okay. This looks like their rebellious kid, right? Mommy and Daddy and their rebellious kid. I'm going to stick to that story. Okay, and I'm just trimming this because this is what I want to do. So then I just took my handy dandy tape, and this was purely accidental how I discovered this. So I'm going to do her in the center, him on the bottom, him on the top, her on the bottom. So I just took and covered my photos with tape. And if you get crinkles in them, perfect. If your scissors want to stick to the duct tape, packing tape, that's okay too. Let them. Wrinkle in that one, and I'm okay with that. Oops. Don't leave me now. So one thing about packing tape, I tell you, trying to find that end. And it's down there good now. Of course it is. Oh, there you are. I hope that's the end. Now, one thing it does is it sticks very, very well, doesn't it? Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay. Don't do that again. Okay. Now I'm going to take and I'm going to cut it here. And I'm going to fold this over. There we go. Okay. So then I just trimmed this one off just because it's kind of a, and you can kind of see where you're going to be, what, you know, how far your picture can go, what you want to cut off. So I'm going to cut off about here, and that's going to fit in there nicely. Okay, and her, we're going to trim this off just to get it out of my way. I'm going to trim. Oh, we don't have to trim much at all. I think I'm going to trim from the top, I think. But if I trim too much now, because, well, let's do this. Okay, we're okay. We got it. Okay. And we're just going to trim just probably this black line. And I think that should be good. And I think we're going to trim some off the sides, maybe like so. And trim this off too. There we go. I want her to fit in there. Okay. And then let's trim. Oh, you can go down there. She can come on top, can't she? Yes, she can. Pretty lady. Okay, the fun part is playing with the tape, right? Okay, so I think we can pretty much make them just about the same size. I might have to take a little, I think this one's a little shorter. And we're just going to have to do right about here, I believe. Yes. Okay, and then we're going to take this little bit here. And we're going to take this little bit here. If I could cut a straight line, that'd be perfect, wouldn't it? It's easier to cut your photos to fit. I guess it would have been easier before you put the tape on, but a little bit more. But I didn't, but you could. Okay, that should be about good. That tells me that he's too wide. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to make him the same width as her. Don't want to glue my photos together here. This is tape, but okay. So we have her, him, and her. And so I need to thin her down a little too. So I'm just going to do like this. I don't stick my tapes together. And we're just going to go loop right up. Okay, we're ready. We are ready. Okay. So then what I did, let's get rid of this mucky mess. Okay. All right, I'm stuck. I'm stuck. You're stuck to me. Okay. So I'm still stuck here. Get off. There we go. Okay, there we go. So then what I did was I just took and give this a good flattening. And then peel back. Once you get the end. And if you've done it right, which this one is not yet, I need to make her, squish her down more. There we go. So now if you look at our tape, we're getting a beautiful, almost like a negative effect. Just like that. And then I took, let's see, just like so. Look at that, isn't that pretty? Okay, so I am going to cut off about a much. Right, well, it actually shows me right where to do it. Okay. And now I can see that I trimmed just a smidgen off of here more than what I should have, because I cut these little slits in here so that this could be brought underneath without sticking to it. Like so. Oh no, that worked perfect. Okay. So just stick it underneath the slit that you made. And sometimes the slit has to be just a little bit bigger. Put these scissors over. These scissors. Yes, there you go. Much easier. Okay. And we're just going to put that right down to the end. Oh, yeah, that one I went all the way through. And that could work too, to go all the way through like I did on this one. No. This one here, right here. I went all the way through. So it's going to be a little bit of a, might be a blessing, it might not be. Okay, let's try this. This is easier than what it seems. It really is. There. I'm just trying to be delicate, I think. I think that's what I'm doing. And I'll just take and squish this in. And I can see right there where there's a little bit that doesn't want to connect in because I didn't quite get it even. And we're just going to trim this little bit here. Well, I tell you, I'm getting right up and close and personal in my work here. Oh, okay. There we go. I see this is going to curl up on us, but that's okay because we can put a little bit of dab of glue in there. We need to, hold on. There. That's me being delicate. There we go. It doesn't need no glue at all. That's one of the reasons why I like this process, because you don't need to glue. Okay. And then we're going to take this young lady and we're going to do the same thing. Make sure. Oops. And then let's see if we got enough of her glue. Oops. We have enough of her. See what we got coming up. I think we could use a little more of her, I think. Yeah, we need a little more of her face. Which tells me I probably need to do this a little more. There we go. Oops. so for her, I'm just going to take and trim it down to right about here. Okay. And we're just going to do the same thing. Tuck her under there. Up a little bit. Tuck her under here. We're a little crooked. I see that. I see that now. So that's where I had that little wrinkle, and I'm not angry at that at all. At all. Okay, let's just get this up, and you could do these right on top, and then you'd have to glue them, and I don't know how that glue would dry underneath there, so I just prefer to do it this way. For me, it works just fine once I get it how I want it. All right, let's do him now. I am going to put a little piece of glue under. I'm going to put a little piece of glue under this one because it just doesn't want to. She doesn't want to stay put. So we're going to put a little glue in there. I get my glue to get under there. There. There we go. Perfect. See, now because I cut this one all the way through, that's why it's not staying down, but that's okay because we're going to put a backing on it. Okay. This is going to be a good one. So it'll be a good one. This one was on there good. Okay. That picture will not be able to be used again. Alright. I'm going to trim this off right where my photo says to trim it. Like so. Stick onto that. And we're just going to underneath here. Trim up my end here. They're good. Sometimes when you trim them up, when you are slicing, you don't get quite close enough. So that's okay. Well, I see this one's probably going to cause me grief too, so we're just going to, while we're here, we're going to rather fix it. Okay. Tuck under. There we go. And tuck under. Crooked. You're crooked, young man. Don't be crooked. You're a father. Don't be crooked. Okay. Push him a little bit over. Bring him back this way just a little bit. And there we go. There we go. Okay. So we can say this photo, well, you can fix it up and make it look like it's really ratty-tatty, and we might. Okay, so now I'm going to take that paper that I had earlier, and we're just going to use this to back it. And I'm going to back it just like that. I'm going to fill my holes in because I'm okay with that. And I'll probably punch them out again, but off screen, because you don't need to watch that again, do you? My pencil. And this one here, we're going to glue from the back. And we're just going to go along here. And along here. Just ever so lightly on the sides. The paper here. Okay. Place that nicely. All right, let's put this glue back down here. There we go. Actually, I don't mind that background on there at all. But we'll see. Okay, and then I found some things. If you remember the envelope collaboration that Natalie did with, you know, oh, I can't believe I've forgotten her name. I'm sorry. Anyways, the envelope collaboration. Tracy Fox. That's it. Oh my gosh. I'm getting old, I tell you. But I found a few things and I thought, well, we can use some of these items because it kind of suits, I think. That number might be too big, but this guy might fit in there just nicely. And, well, maybe this. Maybe that. I don't know. We'll see. And, well, maybe we need a mushroom on there. I don't know. No, no mushrooms. No mushrooms. Okay, no mushrooms. We won't do mushrooms. But what if we did special? And let's cut this off because I cut it off in the center there, so. Let's do special. Delivery. And I'm not going to do anything more on that. I think that's where I'm going to leave it. I think so. But I should ink. Should I ink? I better ink. I better ink. Alright. Because, you know. Now, I have made belly bands already, so I'm not going to use this as a belly band. I have made it that it can be a journaling card, right? So I think maybe, oops, don't need to do the back. What am I doing the back for? Okay. Put a little dab of glue on here, and then we can figure in our book in my book where we're going to put it. Could bring some stamps out too. And I'm just going to put you right you got a jailbird. Okay. Now, if you wanted to, you could take it one step more. I'm just going to round my corners here, just give them that little bit. Now don't worry about it. So don't worry about it. Don't worry. Don't worry. Be happy. Okay, so I am going to take my piece of paper here. And I'm just going to blip a little bit on here because, well, why not? Just like so. And then another thing we can do, I'm going to just look right on her. There, I like that better. There, okay. That. And then we can take our little black acrylic marker, well, painter I guess it's called, and just put some dots in there, because, you know, that's just some little dots here and there. I don't want to put too many in there, but I want to put some in there. Yeah, okay, good enough, good enough. Don't want to put too many. Okay, so there is our little aged photos. Well, negatives, I'm going to call them negatives. And let's grab our handy dandy little Throwback Thursday book. And let's see, what do we got in here? We have that. Let's see. Let's do. Oh, okay, perfect side. Perfect, perfect. Okay, so I have this here. That's what I did on the live. So I'm just going to put a glue here and here and here. Here, here, here. Okay, so we're going to go here because some of this sticks. This was made that it could have been journaled on too. But that's okay. Alright, so we're just going to put it like this. Right? We'll let that glue sit just a little. Just a little. And then we can make this like the little, make sure. And then I had that other one too. Let's put it in there. I don't want to be too rambunctious with this yet. Oh, I see. Okay, there we go. Let's just do this. Yeah, get down there. Let's put this in here. There we go. There, I like that. Perfect. Okay, so we're gonna let that sit and dry for a bit. How did our little, oh, they're so cute, the little doorknobs. Okay, so I don't know how much time we've been playing at this, but that's basically what I did. This is one that I took the visual, or did the same thing, the pick tape, and made a negative out of it. And then what I did with this was I just took and roughed it up and inked it up, and well, we'll put a few more little dots on here as well. Why not? Look kind of cool in there. And then what I did with those was I just took and made a little, now this is going to be too short of a piece, and I don't have a longer piece with me, but you kind of get the idea. That's how I did these. This one here, anyways. This one here actually was because I tried the water thing, and the water thing wasn't working. So then I had this wrinkle in there. But yeah, that's what I did. Just make a little negative out of it and then take your negative and fix it up. You can do some inking on it. Get rid of some of those, the really white spots, give them more of a, and then you can take your scissors, if you don't have one of those handy dandy little edge ripper tools. Little right, like so, and then we want to crinkle, because well, what old photos look like perfect shape when you're trying to make them old looking. And I'm just going to take and, well, you know what, maybe I'll just tear a little piece out of there, because, you know, raggy tatty torn. And maybe a few black dots. I'm going to put them on the photo itself too. And if you wanted to be really daring, let's put just a dab. Oh, this just drives me crazy how fast that comes out. Such a waste. And let's just do little bits in here. The paper sucks it up so fast. And let's do a little more rip on this. And then you have a really, really old looking photo that looks like it's been through maybe a washing machine. I don't know. Anyways, I'm going to clean this up and I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Okay, I am back and I tidied up a bit. So what did we do? We made some stickers and we aged some stickers. And we created some negatives. I like the way that turned out. I think it just really adds to, and it still gives you the availability to write on it. And what else did we do? We made this little guy. I like this, and I still have not found anything that I'm going to tuck in there yet, but I will. So I got to make it something for in here and something for in here. So there is my Throwback Thursday makes. This was week 2 challenge. Yes. Because week 1 for me was the stuffed envelope. And this was the double belly band. This was week 3. And then this was week 2. And week 4 is just get caught up and get your posts done. Make sure you post in the groups, all groups, and have fun. These are just some of the fun that I was having. Here's that photograph that we just did. I'm going to have more fun playing with these photos because now I'm kind of hooked on making them look really old and ratty-tatty, but still functional as a journaling card. So, perfect. All right. Thank you for joining me. Have yourselves a wonderful day, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.